Hey guys, it's Emma. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing reading summer books. Yeah, it is currently July 26th, and I'm supposed to get this video up in a few days, actually. I wanted to read 3 books in this video, but I might just read 2, just because I feel like, 1, I'm kind of getting in a slump, because I've been forcing myself to read books for videos. So this is gonna be probably like the last video that I'm reading like specific books. And second, I'm only reading 2 books because 3 books is too much for me to read with the amount of time I want this video to go up, and because I haven't been reading that much in this month, we're gonna be reading 2 summer books in this video. So the first book I already started, random, but guys, look at my Kindle. I finally got like a cover for it because it didn't have a cover. I got a pop socket for it. It says just one more chapter. If it focuses, that'd be great. Yeah, and then I got like stickers literally on Shein. They were like $1. It was a bunch of packs. And look how cute. I did it for like to look like summerish, but I'm obsessed. It's so cute. Anyway, I'm not reading the book on the Kindle, but it was just nearby, so I wanted to show you guys. But the book is called From the Jump. It's a summer book. Honestly, I just picked this book up because of kind of what I read on the back. Basically, I've only read up to page 60, so I'm on chapter 5. Basically, it's about a bunch of like kids in college, I think, and it's this big friend group, and then there's a guy in the friend group that, not that she's always had a crush on, but they've gotten closer, and so she's kind of catching feelings, but then he isn't ready for a relationship and he doesn't do relationships. So it's kind of what the thing is. It's just a huge friend group, you're following them, and it's between these 2 characters, I think. Currently, it's kind of going slow. In the beginning, you kind of get like how they all met, how they became friends, and then you're in the main girl characters like mind and what she's thinking. I think the whole book takes place in South Africa. I didn't know that because that's where I'm at right now. They're currently on, or she just got to Africa because they were gonna go without her, but she had a job, and so she quits her job. This is all in the back of the book, but she quits her job and she's like, I'm going to South Africa with them, like I'm not missing out. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now in the book, but I'm trying to read like what the back says to give you guys more because I feel like I didn't really give much. Basically, it says, the exotic landscape, Liv expects sun and safari animals and an easy time with her best friends, but such close proximity makes everything more complicated, especially with the emotionally unavailable Lucas Dice. Their friendship is the only thing in her life that's so solid, and she vows to do anything she could keep the group together. But once they get back to LA, oh, they do go back. Liv discovers that her leap of faith has become a freefall, sending her crashing into Dice's arms. With the trust of the people she loves most on the line, Liv must decide between doing what she should and risking everything for what she shouldn't want. Yeah, so it's basically she just grows attached to this guy in her friend group, and I guess trying to work through that. I don't really know. I didn't really read totally into this when I bought it, but I just saw a summer book and I was like, hey, I'm gonna get it. That's what this book is about. It isn't giving very summery because, I don't know, it's just taking place in like South Africa, so I don't really know how this is gonna go. It is kind of a short book. It's only a little over 300. It's like 330-ish pages, but yeah, like I said, I've only gotten to chapter 5. There's an audiobook that I've been listening to, which is helping me like get faster like through the book. So I think that's what I'm gonna do right now. It's currently 10:30, so I'm probably not gonna be reading a lot tonight, but I do want to get maybe like 50 pages through, just because, you know, I just want to get through this book, see what's going on, because I really haven't gotten to like anything exciting. So play the audiobook while I read. I don't know if anyone does that. Like, I feel like playing an audiobook while I'm reading the book just helps me better focus. I don't really know.
To my great surprise,
I literally put it on like 2x speed and read at the same time. guys. It has actually been a few days since I've updated you guys for this video. I am now here to discuss. I'm 60% through this book. I plan on finishing it today. I only have audiobook. Says that I have 3 hours and 51 minutes left, which is really a little bit less than 2 hours because I play it on like 2x speed. My thoughts on this book. I don't really know. I'm kind of confused a little bit because lighting is so bad. So bad. Maybe that's a little better. So going into this book, I knew it was gonna be like, oh, like they're friends, but like she has a crush on him and like he doesn't really take anything serious. I don't know, I guess I was expecting something different. I just feel like this girl is really delusional. That's what I'm getting from this book. But I think that's honestly the point, because in the chapter I just read, literally the last sentence, it says, giving in after all these years to some silly, throbbing, one-sided crush, it's as ridiculous as it is embarrassing. So she knows. My mom came in to give me a bookmark. Look how cute it is. She like got it for me. Like I didn't even ask, she just got it for me. And it says my name. So she knows that she's, you know, a little delusional. They've always been friends and all of a sudden she has this crush, which again, that's also weird to me. Like all of a sudden she has this crush. I don't know. I wrote down kind of like my thoughts on it. So basically I was saying that I really like Dice. I don't really like him. I like him. He is like a flirt, which is super cute. But I also wrote that sometimes when I think like, oh, finally, like he's gonna show interest in her. We're over halfway through the book already, like a little bit. I'm like, okay, he's gonna show interest. And so I think he's flirting, but he's really not. Like there was a situation where it was like, he's like staring at her like while he's taking a sip of like her drink. Like I think he got like his straw and put it in her drink and he started like sipping it. And he's like looking at her while she's drinking it and like smirking. And it's like, oh, like he's flirting with her. But then it goes on to say, she says, it's not until his lips curl that I realize he intends to drain it all. Like to drink all her drink. And like that's why he's smirking. And it's like, oh, I just feel like he doesn't like her. That's kind of my thing. Like how in these pages is he gonna somehow like her? So I don't really know. Also, again, I feel like most of the book, it's really about like the concept of like friendships and how that works, and relationships too. But there's no romance that's really happened so far. Like they've had moments for sure, but in those moments it's like he's just her friend. I don't know, it's so weird to explain like without me spoiling it. I don't know, so far right now I'm not hating it, but I'm definitely not loving it. Like there's nothing about the book that's like terrible. It's just kind of like I'm confused what's happening, and there's nothing about the book that's like, oh my god, I love this book so much. Like honestly, I'm very confused. There's something going on in her life too where like she quit her job, she doesn't have money, she's living with him now. Listen, I don't know, I'm so confused. And maybe that might be just because I took a break from the book and I'm coming back to it now. It's the 30th of July. Maybe that's why I'm kind of confused. But I do have like 2 hours left of this book to read. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna finish this book and I will get back to you guys. I don't know how much I've spoken about this book, but again, I don't really have much to say. One, because it's a short book. Two, there's not much going on. And if there is stuff going on, I don't have anything to say about it. Like, it's just really weird. And I would, to be honest, I would DNF this book. I would put it down. I wouldn't read it. But since I have the physical copy, I feel like I have to. And I'm sure that's like not what most people do. They're like, okay, I'm just gonna not read this book. But like, I spent money on this book, so I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna finish it. I'm on page 195. There's about 330-ish pages. I'm gonna keep reading. I'll see you guys probably when I'm like finishing the book. I just picked up back reading, right? Literally, this proves my point. Little small paragraph says, if I've allowed myself to develop some kind of ill-advised crush on Dice, I deserve to be defined as stupid. But I don't have to stay that way. I can control this situation. So at least she knows, you know, at least she knows that she looks stupid. But I don't know if she knows that she looks stupid or if she thinks she's stupid because she doesn't want to ruin the friendship, like the friend group dynamic. I don't know, but at least she knows she looks some sort of kind of stupid. Not to hate on her, but it's the truth, okay? Guys, I'm gonna be so honest right now. I really don't feel like finishing this book. Like, honestly. I'm on page 213, chapter 17. The reason why I feel like this is because I was listening to an audiobook, right? Spotify has banned me. They haven't banned me. I'm just out of listening hours. I have to wait 11 days to read like listen to another audiobook. And the fact that I have like over 100 pages left to read of this book, it feels like torture to me, if I'm being honest. It sucks because I've read over half of this book already, or like listened to it mostly, and the fact that I'm not gonna finish it like sucks. I don't know what else to do. Like I literally pressed play to listen to the next chapter and it said like, oh, you're out of listening hours. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to read the rest of this book. And I just read the first paragraph and I was like, no, I don't think I can. I really do think I'm gonna DNF. It just feels like the book is going absolutely nowhere. Like we're getting no progress at all. That's what it feels like. Yeah, I'm not gonna finish this book. I'll probably read like the last few pages just to like see what ends up happening, because like I'm so confused. I just skipped 50 pages ahead. Yeah, forget it. I'm not finishing this book. I just skipped like 50 pages ahead just to read like a certain part. And I guess they're like with her mom looking at pictures, I guess. I have no clue. Dice slips his hand around mine as we leave the car. Oh, I guess maybe they already had something, whatever. At the end it says, we could have made other friends if we could, but nobody else can tolerate us. It's a miracle we found each other, I say. Dice's eyes soften, he shifts towards me, his hand pressed into mine for a sweet moment. That's what I've been trying to tell you. Like, that's cute. But I have to read 250 pages to get there? No, I don't think so. You see, now the ending, it's like, it looks cute. But I'm not reading 100 pages to get here. Yeah. DNF. Well, that's disappointing. Also, like, I read this for like summer reading vlog. I wasn't getting summer vibes from this book. I really wasn't. Moving on to the next book. I have the next book I want to read. I was gonna also try listening to the audiobook of that. I can't anymore, so I'll just end up reading it. But let me get that book right now, since we're done with this one. DNF, I have nothing to say on this one. You guys already heard most of my thoughts. The book was going nowhere, and I was just bored. Let's grab the next book. So, the next book I will be reading in this video is This Summer Will Be Different. This was a new release by Cardi Fortune. She's come out with 2 books before this, which is Every Summer After and Meet Me at the Lake. And Every Summer After, I really did like. Meet Me at the Lake, I did not like. So, I'm scared for this one. I honestly have no clue what it's about. I have not read the back, so I'll probably do that right now. But I've heard a lot of people say that it's not a bad book, that it's around like 4 stars. So let's read the back. This summer they'll keep their promise. This summer they won't give in to temptation. This summer will be different. Lucy is the tourist vacationing at a beach house on Princess Edward Island. Felix is the local who shows her a very good time. The only problem, Lucy doesn't know he's her best friend's younger brother. Lucy and Felix's chemistry is unreal, but the list of reasons why they need to stay away from each other is long, and they vow to never repeat that electric night. It's easier said than done. Each year, Lucy escapes to the island for a big breath of coastal air, fresh oysters, and crisp something. With her best friend Bridget, every visit begins with a long walk on the beach beneath soaring red cliffs and a golden sun, and every visit, Lucy promises herself she won't wind up in Felix's bed again. If Lucy can't help being drawn to Felix, at least she's always kept her heart out of it. When Bridget suddenly flees to Toronto for a week before her wedding, Lucy drops everything to follow her to the island. Her mission is to help Bridget through her crisis and resist the one man she's never been able to, but Felix's sparkling eyes and flirty quips have been replaced with something new, and Lucy's beginning to wonder just how safe her heart truly is. Honestly, I'm excited for this one. This one feels like it gives perfect summer vibes, which is exactly what I needed, because that last book was not giving that. I'm excited to read this. I think I'm gonna start it right now, because that last book messed me up. Especially because I was like kind of in a slump, like I didn't want to read books. And then I was reading that book. Like, not to hate on it too much, but... Prologue. Okay, I'm so excited to start this one. This actually sounds interesting. I think I could read any book right now. Okay, I need to stop hating on that book. Enough. Why am I getting nervous and I'm not even hurt? Like, I'm blushing. Okay, hi guys. So, I finished part 1. I'm about to go into part 2 because I'm loving it so far. I definitely want to continue reading it today. So, it's currently like page 80. I think. Yeah, so far I really like it. I really like Felix. Like, yeah. Nothing too crazy has happened, but so far I am liking it. I love the setting. It's very summery. I really like, obviously the characters are very likable so far. Again, we're only 80 pages in. But yeah, I'm gonna continue reading part 2. Okay, so I'm currently about to start chapter 18, but before I start, I want to mention something that kind of got reviewed right now. There were hints to it at the beginning. So basically, like, okay, I'm a mess right now. So Bridget tells Lucy that one of her rules is to not fall in love with her brother. And we all know, you know, what the deal is. At the beginning, it kept hinting to like Felix and Lucy would have a conversation and she's like, oh, like, you know what happened like last time. Maybe I'm just dumb. I wasn't really catching on to the hints. Basically, a situation happened before that, which I guess you guys could guess what, that makes Bridget tell Lucy, like, don't fall in love with my brother. So that kind of changes up this whole idea for me. Like, how is the rest of the book gonna go without ruining this friendship? I'm really interested. Oh my god, I just read ahead. Stop. But yeah, I'm really liking it. I've been binging it. I'm still gonna read a lot more. It's currently 7:20 and I still have a lot more that I want to read for sure. But I just wanted to come in and say that because I was really enjoying it, and I am really enjoying it. But that just kind of put something into my head of like, well, I hope the friendship dynamic isn't ruined in this book, because the friendship dynamic in this book is so cute. Like, them as best friends, they make so much sense. You see how close they are. So that's also like hard when she wants to go for her brother, her best friend's brother. I'm gonna keep reading, but I'll be probably popping back in like for any updates I have, or you know, anything like that. Hi guys, so it is now Wednesday the 31st of July, and I read, I think, maybe 4 chapters this morning. I actually had a doctor's appointment, so I took my Kindle and I read a little bit there. I actually have to go back and like annotate anything I annotated in my Kindle, but I have a few thoughts to give you guys, like a few updates that I was writing down to like remember to bring up in this video. So we're gonna talk about that right now. So I really do like this book. The summer vibes are literally so good. It's perfect like for this video, like summer reading. It's a perfect summer book for sure. I think that's all I have to say. No, actually, no, I do like it. And I just think the romance that's supposed to happen in this book, it makes sense why it's supposed to take long, but I feel like we're getting to a point where we're understanding how much the female main character likes Felix. What's her name? Lucy. We're seeing how much Lucy likes Felix, and we're really like understanding it now, but I feel like we're not really getting like how Felix feels, which makes sense because we are only in Lucy's point of view. So that's one thing I do wish. I wish we had Felix's point of view in this book, which would be so good. But which is weird. I thought we had the male main character's point of views in her other books, but I can't remember. That's one thing. So it's like we don't know how Felix is feeling, and like, yeah, he's flirty. He's very observant of like everything that she doesn't like, everything that she likes, and he like acts on it. So he's like observant, acts of service, king. So there's that aspect, but then it's also like he's also just a flirt. You really don't know where he stands because of how he is. So we're getting to a point where it's kind of like, all right, what's happening? Like, we gotta get down to business. I think I'm like 70% through the book. So yeah, I plan on finishing it today. I actually think I'm gonna get in the pool today, you know, feeling the ultimate summer vibes for this video. Yeah, I'm gonna get in the pool. I'm gonna finish this book, hopefully. I'm definitely gonna finish it today. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it while I'm in the pool, but yeah, that is definitely the plan. So right now, I'm literally gonna go back, annotate anything that I annotated in my Kindle, and then we're gonna go to the pool and read. I don't know how long. It's 6:30 now. I already got out of the pool, showered. I think it's time to finish this book. I stopped at part 3, and I have, I think, like 30 pages left. I'm gonna continue it. My thoughts so far. I feel like I've been updating a lot for this book, but I feel like it's just because I didn't update a lot for From the Jump. Okay, so I feel like I more like the plot and the like setting of this book. I like what's going on. How do I feel about this romance? I feel like the romance, we see more of the kind of sexual side to it more, which no problem with that. It's literally in every single book. However, I feel like it's the main focus. I feel like now with like this many pages left is when they're starting to get more like serious, and I'm sure some people like that, but I feel like I like it more when throughout the book, I mean, I guess, I don't know, it's kind of weird because throughout the book Felix does do like little things that shows he cares for her, but then he just goes back to like being a flirt, and it's like, well, does he even like her? Like, I'm confused. Like, I was confused half the book, and I feel like I already said this, I think, but like one of my issues is not getting Felix's point of view, because I feel like we're really seeing how much Lucy likes him, and it's gotten to a point where it's just like she's kind of obsessed. But then I feel like if we got Felix's point of view, it would all be like so much better, getting both their point of views, seeing how he really feels. Like, we could kind of see how he feels, but not completely. That's how I'm feeling right now. It's not a bad book. I'm seeing it to be kind of in the 3-star range right now, like kind of a high 3-star. I'm not sure yet. That's where I'm at so far with the book. So I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna start chapter 37 and we're gonna finish this book. Another thing I wanted to say, I feel like this book is focusing. Why did I forget how to say that? I feel like this book is focusing a lot more on like the friendship dynamic in this book. Like, I feel like we've gotten way more of that than of the romance. I don't know, it's kind of weird at some points. Like, sometimes I'm like, well, are the best friends gonna get together or what? It is cute to see. So I don't really know if this book is supposed to be like romance, because the romance like isn't too heavy in this book, if I'm being honest. I'm not liking the best friend aspect, but yeah. Okay, back to reading. So I finished the book, as you guys just saw. I have my thoughts on the book, but I want to, like I always do, really settle them in so I could give it a good rating. We're also going to be talking about From the Jump again. If you guys have been watching this whole video, you will see I did DNF that book, and I don't think I plan on going back to it. I've thought about it, but I don't know. I don't think I'll be going back to that book just because I was kind of lost the whole time. But yeah, I'll be back to talk about both the books and my thoughts on them, what I'm going to rate this book, and yeah, all of that. So I'll see you guys in a bit when I have everything gathered and final. Hey guys, so it is now the next day and I'm going to be telling you guys what my final thoughts are on the books that I read in this video. So we did start off this video with From the Jump. As you guys saw, I did DNF this book, and the reason why I did that is because honestly, in the beginning, I was really enjoying it. I thought the friend group looked fun. I said, okay, this is going to be great. There's going to be a little romance within the friend group. They're going to have to be secretive, move around, try to resist each other. But I was literally more than halfway through the book and still nothing happened. Like, I feel like we weren't even getting anywhere. Because usually, like, even if the kiss is, like, towards the end of the book, I will be fine with that, but it has to be building up to it. Do you know what I mean? Like, there has to be, like, flirty comments that are happening and then, like, you know, tension. But in this book, I feel like there was just nothing leading up to that. And, yeah, I honestly don't know where this book was heading. And so, like, 60% through the book, I did DNF it just because I didn't want to keep wasting my time reading this book if I wasn't going to be enjoying it. I said this at the beginning of the video, I think, but I was kind of in a reading slump. I hadn't been reading that much, and starting off with this book for this video kind of wasn't helping, so I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna stop reading this book. I was thinking about going back to it at the end of the video, but I just don't think I'm gonna do that because I feel like it'll just put me back in a slump. So yeah, that's kind of my final thoughts on this book. I feel like it could have been kind of in the 3-star range, because it wasn't a terrible book. There was nothing about it that was like, oh, this is terrible. It just was going nowhere, so I was just bored with it. But I think if I would have finished it, it would have been in like 3-star, maybe like 2.5. But yeah, it wasn't a terrible book, but I just thought it was kind of boring. And then the next and last book we read in this video was This Summer Will Be Different. This was a new release by Cardi Fortune. It was so good, to be honest. I loved the setting of this book. Was perfect. It was very summer like vibe. It was perfect for this video, and it takes place in an island, and it honestly made me want to go to Anna Maria Island, which is where me and my family used to go all the time. I was loving it. I wish I was in the book, but yeah, that was a really good part of the book. It might be my favorite part. The romance was also cute, but I think I also said this, towards the end, it started to feel like she liked him a lot more than he liked her. But that also goes hand in hand with the fact that we didn't get his point of view in this book. And I feel like if we would have, I definitely would have liked the book a lot more. We would have seen more how he felt, because we were only really getting how she felt. I feel like he didn't really express how he felt about her that much, or like that well. Yeah, that was kind of a weird aspect in the book. The romance wasn't terrible. It was very cute. Yeah, the friendship in this book was also very cute. I feel like that was like kind of one of the main points in this book, like the friendship. I feel like it was probably even more important than the romance. Yeah, after sitting on it and, you know, thinking about how I feel about this book, I'm giving this book 3.5 stars. So wasn't terrible, wasn't amazing, but it was definitely a perfect book for the summer. Yeah, I did really like it. I would suggest people to be reading this in the summer. Yeah, those are the 2 books I read for this video. Let me know any other summer books you guys think I should read. Go follow my TikTok so you guys could interact with me there. I don't really interact much with you guys on YouTube, so I feel like TikTok is such an easier way to interact with you guys. So go follow my TikTok. It's in the description. I also have a code in the description for every Jewels, 10% off. Use my code. All of it is in the description with the link. So that is it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed me reading summer books. Let me know what you guys thought about these books if you read them, and what summer books you guys think I should read. So make sure to like, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you know when I post my next video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!